Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What would you say is the problem that you're trying to solve?
Ooh, that's a good one. Let's see. I used to be a very shy girl and I relied a lot on my jewelry and accessories to tell my story, and especially as icebreakers. And then I started getting so many compliments that I decided to enable the same level of self expression and confidence for other women by launching my own brand. So now I design and I get all of my jewelry handcrafted.
I love that. Nice. Can I get some photos of you right here?
Sure.
Okay, stay right there. What would you say is one of the biggest lessons you learned about yourself while you're building your business?
I realized that when I'm passionate about something, it doesn't matter what happens, what goes wrong, what obstacle comes my way, I will figure out a way to overcome it and keep going. It's something I really didn't know I had in me.
I love that. Nice. Can I get a couple more over here?
Sure,
Stay,
definitely.
yeah, stay right there. That's perfect. I love the watch. What is the story behind it?
Oh, interesting. So, a couple of years ago, it was around Diwali and the holidays, and I was fully dressed up. And then I was wearing my silicone watch band, which was completely killing my dressed up vibes. And I looked around and I didn't find anything nice enough to replace it. And I had this light bulb moment that I was a jewelry designer. So I was like, hey, let me design something. And thus were born these watch bands. And the most fun part is that, of course, like people are loving them. I'm getting a lot of these things saying, finally, I can wear my watch band again. And the best compliment I've received so far is like, I don't even have an Apple Watch, but now I want to buy one.
I love that. Great creative problem solving.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, let's get a couple photos of you just right over here. If I can have you standing just right there is perfect. What is your favorite thing about jewelry?
Hmm. With jewelry, it's a silent yet powerful communicator of who you are. A carefully chosen pair of earrings or a handcrafted watch band speaks volumes about your style and personality. And it speaks without you ever speaking a word. When you enter a room and you're wearing statement pieces, you've arrived.
I love that. Beautiful. Let me get one photo of you right here. Stay right there. What advice would you have for someone starting out their business?
This has been a kind of person who I am. I always just follow my gut and I do what feels right. Anytime I've sat and overthought it or analyzed it is when I stumble. So if something feels right to you, just go for it. Things will fall in place. And there's going to be obstacles, but that's going to be whether you analyze something or not. So just go for it.
I love that. What's the biggest obstacle that you faced earlier on?
I think the biggest obstacle that I faced was the whole supply chain issue. Me being here and my products getting made handcrafted in India, which is exactly why I started the business. But it's been a learning process of how to relearn the artisanal culture in India and how to work with artisans in India.
I love that. Nice. Let me get some photos right here. Stay right there.
Okay.
What is something that you do behind the scenes that actually makes a really big difference in your designs?
A lot of people ask me what inspires my jewelry and my designing process. And I can't say there's just one thing. My designs are accumulation of my entire life. I lived for the first 20 years in India and then about 10, 12 years in upstate New York and now in California. And everything I design is somehow a accumulation of all of that and my travels around the world. And I think that's what really brings the uniqueness to my designs that people really appreciate because they tell my story and somehow they tell a lot of other people's story as well.
Nice. That's beautiful. It's a whole like tapestry of things that come together.
Yeah. I almost named my brand maw-j because it was like everything coming together, confluence of things coming together.
Oh, that's a perfect name as well. Let me get one of you right here. Stay right there. What made you start your business?
While I was completely done with corporate life, it wasn't so much that I was running away from something. It was that I was running towards my passion. My passion was jewelry and accessories that were handcrafted that told your story.
Nice. Was there anything that you missed from corporate?
The paycheck? Definitely. I miss the paycheck. And I miss having a team. Being a solopreneur is really hard. I never realized how used to I got, to having a creative team and a brand team and a marketing team and, all of that fun stuff, which is now all me.
What is it? How do you go about finding community now?
There is a lot that I do to find community. I actually started something called Hearts, which is basically an open air market in Indian language, and I brought together a curated South Asian Art and Wine Festival, and now I have a community of over around 100 South Asian small business owners that are just a phone call away if I need something, or if we're always conversing with each other, sharing ideas, resources, tips, and things like that.
That's amazing. So you did actually be proactive. You were proactive in finding that.
Absolutely. Yes. 100%.
I love it. Perfect. Let me get some photos of you right here.
Okay.
What would you say is your deeper why?
I would have to say it's probably a three-pronged thing. The first one is just to create beautiful statement jewelry that speaks your language. So it empowers women when they wear it to feel good about themselves and feel confident, just like it makes me feel. I think the second thing would be to empower the artisans who make it. When I first started, fair trade wasn't as much, wasn't the buzzword that it is today, but that was my thought process behind it. I wanted the artisans to make a decent livelihood so that they wouldn't be lured over towards more tech related jobs or something. These crafts are passed down generations, so they've been being practiced for thousands of years, but they're slowly dying. So I'm doing my little part to sustain them. And then the third thing is to be a role model for my daughter so she can see that when you love something and you follow it with your full passion, anything is possible.
What a beautiful answer. Let me get a photo of you right here, and then I think we're good. Stay right there.